Hello my fellow creepers and things that go bump in the night. Welcome back to another episode of Creature of the Night. I am your host Toxin, your friendly neighborhood sinner. You should know what to do. Slash that subscribe button. Ding that little bell to let you know every time I upload so you can keep up to date with me, guys. Now let's dive into this. I'm gonna be real. This is my spoiler review, guys. If you don't want it to spoil, although it's already been out for a little bit, I know I'm behind on it, but if you want to see my spoiler-free review, make sure you hop on down to the description below and click on the link to my TikTok, and make sure you give me a follow over there as well. I upload my spoilers here and my spoiler-free over there, guys. If I'm gonna be real, if you're a fan of the game, probably not gonna like this film. I'm speaking, of course, of Until Dawn.
If we want to survive, we have to make it until dawn. What is that?
Now, if you're a fan of the game, guys, you've played it through. For those who haven't and didn't even know that this was a damn video game inspired movie,
Gay.
Until Dawn follows a group of friends who go up to a cabin up in the mountains. I forget which mountains. It's been fucking years. I'm gonna say this right now. It's been years since I played the game, but I remember having a fantastic time. I just don't remember a lot of the details of the game. I just know that this film was not the game.
What did he say?
Okay, dive back into it. But they go up to the cabin up in the mountains, and they play a joke on the sister that it's a setup because she's really in love with this guy who's in love with another girl. She runs out in embarrassment. Her other sister goes and save her. And again, the cool thing about this game, it actually sets you up to where if you kill a character in this game, you cannot bring them back. You literally have to erase your memory and then reinstall the game or restart the whole game in order to bring that character back. It is real life and death situation. Life choices affect the outcome of your game, and everybody's experience is different.
What? What the fuck?
So again, yours could have been shitty. Mine was pretty fun. I killed a lot of characters the first time around. The second time, I actually got them all alive, which was pretty fucking astonishing. So that's a big achievement for me. But that's the case. The sister ends up dying. They end up falling down into a cliff. There's different situations again to that situation. I believe it's like a full year later they gather back at that same cabin to this because everybody fell apart and they just want to reconcile and like come together. Turns out the sister's brother planned the whole thing that he's trying to get back at them, and he kind of sets up like a horror slasher fun house and scares everybody and thinks that certain people are dead. And it turns out there's actually horror up there, and it is cool because it goes into like a little Native American folklore and their legends of the Wendigo.
You have fucked up now.
And if you don't know that situation, it's like if somebody's stranded in the woods and you taste the flesh of men, it alters your brain. That situation, although that's not the real Wendigo, that's kind of more of a like an Americanized version. But indigenous people, it's more like they look more like owls or some situation. I forget exactly why they're here or what they actually do towards people. But again, film and films, books, and all that kind of depicted it as Wendigos as something different. They're not just these antler people, whatever. But that's the situation, and they kind of like have to fight and stay alive essentially until dawn. Hence the name. Now this one, I'm going into it thinking, okay, y'all know I don't like to watch trailers. I try to keep away with it. I just feel like they give away too much of the movie. If anything, I'll watch a teaser, but this one, I really didn't watch anything because I was like, okay, I played the game. I kind of remember fondly. So I'm like, okay, I remember a little bit, not fondly. I remember bits and pieces of it. I remember the gist of it. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go see this and watch it. Now, me thinking and hearing things online, I was like, okay, it's not like the game. So I'm like, okay, it's fine. I already feel like, okay, they're going to fuck this up somewhere or they're going to do something stupid that's going to piss a lot of people off. Now, it is labeled horror comedy, although the game, I felt like that was kind of the same situation, so I really wasn't mad at that. But going into it, we're seeing another group of friends who are hunting down one of the group members' sisters because she goes missing, and they're just trying to hunt her down and try and find some information. and they go into this remote, not cabin, but it's like a Airbnb type of situation, and it's really weird. There's a sign-in sheet that has people's names over and over again, and as time goes on, it gets like the name gets more and more distorted. There's missing posters but no details, and it turns out that this place is almost kind of like a Silent Hill situation where, you know, it was set on fire and the coal was burning and it kind of drove everybody out, but there's like a link to another kind of world behind the world situation. That's what kind of this is too, where they stepped foot into it and they activated the hourglass, and that's what kind of activated the world. So they essentially go through like a simulation, which again, it goes against the video game, because if you kill a character, that character's dead until you start the whole game over. This one, they come back to life every time they die.
What?
And more as they die and come back, the more and more they actually turn into the night. Meaning it could be creatures. I believe one of the boys is a werewolf. Starts becoming a werewolf, and people are starting to decay. People are starting to lose their mind. They're not even realizing that days are passing, deaths are passing so much that they're losing themselves.
Squirrel.
Lose yourself in the music.
Lose yourself in the music, the moment.
Sorry, I watched the documentary on Stans. Pretty crazy shit. Recommend it. But yeah, so they're losing themselves to the darkness, and now they have to come together. Okay, we got to figure out what's going to happen. I do like that they involve different things. I just love horror, so anything werewolves, witches. I do like that they incorporated the Wendigos. They look scary. They kept a little bit true to the game, although a lot of them were wearing clothes and a lot of them still had like their hair and stuff like that, which is false, because in the game they lose everything and they become weird creatures. But yeah, it was pretty cool to see that. It was pretty cool to see the therapist. But in my opinion, in the way they depicted the therapist, I forget his name, but he plays the... Watch this clip.
You're the one soul I would come up here to collect myself.
Peter Stormare, I believe that's how you say his name, the guy who played Lucifer in Constantine.
The goat! The goat!
Actually did a really good job in every film that he does, by the way. But he plays a therapist in the game, and he actually plays he resurrects his role as a therapist in this film. But in my opinion, in the game, what I got from the game, it wasn't really real. It was all in Rami Malek's character's mind, because he had a breakdown because of losing his sister and not knowing what happened to her. So it was like a therapist that he would like cope through the game, that you had to play a little scenario. So, but to me, it was never real. So this one, it's like he's in charge of the town and he's making things happen. And then again, they face their fears. They find out what happens to the sister. She becomes a Wendigo. They kill the therapist, and then they make their way out and never return. And at the end, you see the wall of monitors, and it like changes from the town, and then it changes to images of the game where they're driving up to the cabin, and so it begins. So I don't know if this was necessarily a prequel or a side quest. I don't know what you would call it. I really don't know what this film really was. And again, I know you can't really expect a lot. Look what they did to The Last of Us. I'm just saying, like, you can't expect a lot of you can't expect a lot from movies that are based off of video games. I'm starting to notice that. Even though I enjoyed it, Doom, horrible. I enjoyed the movie for what it was, and this one I'm ashamed to say. Maybe I'm not ashamed to say. I don't know. I enjoyed it. It was funny. It was funny, and it kept me engaged through the whole thing. It didn't have me like gripping my seat, but it did have me at the edge of my seat. I was fully engaged in the film. I like what they did with it. Again, it was totally different from the game, and it went against all that the game had established. But it was funny. I took it for what it was. It was a horror comedy. We got a lot of those this past year, so you gotta take it for what it is, a grain of salt. But I'm gonna be highly honest. If you're a true fan of the Until Dawn games, you're probably not gonna like this one. A lot of people who didn't know it liked it, but again, it is, you gotta take it for what it is. My girlfriend thought it was funny. She loved it, and she was fully engaged in that film. So I guess it's a win. I'm gonna give it. I'm sorry to say, I'm gonna give it 2 thumbs up, just because again, I thought it was funny, kept me engaged. It was interesting to see their take. I was just a little confused through the whole thing. I'm going to give it a 7, maybe a 7.5 out of 10. Just because, again, it was different, but it just didn't stay true to the game. And I get that we can't have a play-by-play of the game. Just play the game over again if you want that. You're not going to get it, guys. I'm sorry. But you're not going to get a play-by-play. So just play the game over if you want that to happen. People are going to take and make adaptations of certain source material that is out there, and they're going to make it their own. They're going to have to put their stamp on it, guys. There's a lot of stuff that I want to rewrite, such as Stephen King's books. There's especially a certain book, I'm not going to say which one, but there's a lot that's in the book, and there's a lot from the movie that was made, and I want to combine and make it my own. It's going to happen, guys. You're going to, no matter what, you're going to disappoint someone somewhere, so might as well just make yourself happy in the end, guys. So, yeah, guys, let me know what you thought about the film. Let me know what you thought about this review when you check it out. Let me know what you thought about my spoiler-free review, and let me know what you want to see next, guys. Like I always say, if you're not sinning, you're not having fun. Beware the moon, guys.